212, we have a first place award for Nathan and Virginia. Where are you, Nathan and Virginia? Come on up and get your award. We also have a first place for them for Heat 213, so they get 2 first place awards. All right, Heat 214, this was our international standard. We have a second place for, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Lazar and Lisa. And we have a first for Quinn and Sophia. Heat 215, we have a fourth for Lazar and Lisa, a third for Quinn and Sophia, a second for Anton and Xenia, and a first for Anthony and Dominique. We also have a first separate event for William and Esther. Heat 216, we have first places for, Anthony and Dominique and William and Esther. Heat 217, waltz, we have a first place for Lazar and Lisa. Heat 218, we have third place for Anton and Xenia, a second for Mitchell and Tabitha, and a first for Anthony and Dominique. And we have a first for William and Esther. Okay, now I've lost track of who I was. All right, there we go. Okay, so Heat 219, we have a third for Mitchell and Tabitha, a second for William and Esther, and a first for Scott and Samantha. In Heat 220, we have a first for Scott and Samantha. In Heat 221, we have a first for Mitchell and Tabitha. In Heat 222, we have a second for Mitchell and Tabitha and a first for Scott and Samantha. In Heat 223, we have a second for Scott and Samantha and a first for William and Aaron. And while you're up there, we also have one more additional first place for William and Aaron. So they have 2 first places. Did you get both of them? Yeah, that's right, you get 2 of them. 2 for the price of 1. All right, now we go to the rhythm and Latin dances. We have in Heat 225 a first place for Anton and Xenia. In Heat 226, we have a second for Nathan and Virginia and a first for Anton and Xenia. Heat 227, we have a first for Nathan and Virginia. Heat 228 was Cha-Cha. We have a second for Lazar and Lisa and a first for Quinn and Sophia. Heat 229 was Cha-Cha and Rumba. We have a third for Anthony and Dominique, a second for Quinn and Sophia, and a first for Anton and Xenia. And we also have a first for William and Esther. Heat 230, we have a third for Anton and Xenia, a second for Anthony and Dominique, and a first for Quinn and Sophia. And a first for William and Esther. Heat 231, Cha-Cha, we have a first place for Lazar and Lisa. Heat 232, we have a fourth for Anthony and Dominique, a third for Anton and Xenia, a second for Mitchell and Tabitha, and a first for Chad and Carly. Heat 233, we have a fourth for Anton and Xenia, a third for Mitchell and Tabitha, a second for Scott and Samantha, and a first for Chad and Carly. Heat 234, we have a first for Scott and Samantha. Heat 235, we have a second for Mitchell and Tabitha and a first for Chad and Carly. Heat 236, we have a third for Mitchell and Tabitha, a second for Scott and Samantha, and a first for Chad and Carly. Heat 237, we have a second for Scott and Samantha, a first for William and Aaron. And Heat 238, we have a first for William and Aaron. So they have two of those.
No problem. I'm so generous.
All right, so young couple standing out there, two things. Number one, would you give a very nice round of applause to our judges who judged you today and say thank you? And then would you turn around and face the other direction? And hang on everybody for just 1 second. This is really important that I want the kids to get. Face that way, guys. And will you say thank you to the people who got you here today? Your parents, your teacher. Say thank you. All right? All right, good job, you guys. Well done. Thank you very much. Congratulations.